We've just got some big news regarding Jedi Survivor and beyond. From the third game in the Jedi series being hinted at to details about the base planet where we'll be spending most of our time, we've got a bit to unpack. So the game director of Jedi Survivor, Stig Asmussen, just went on an IGN podcast and revealed some details about the game development cycle, as well as what the future holds for Cal's adventures. He mentioned that discussions about the sequel were happening well before Jedi Fallen Order was even released, stating that we were already talking about the second game. I mean, frankly, we were talking beyond. And these are conversations that when we're breaking this story to Lucasfilm, it's like, well, where are we going with the second game? I always wanted to see this as a trilogy. How can we take Cal and the crew to new places and beyond what we're doing in the first game? We had a pretty decent idea of the time frame where we wanted Survivor to take place, what the stakes were going to be, what the tone of the game was going to be, what Cal was going to be up against, and how the crew was going to factor into that. And there's ideas of what we could do beyond that as well. So clearly his plan is for there to be a third game, and there is a very good possibility that there are already conversations about this taking place. It sounds like they have a direction in where they want the story to go, as well as what the future may hold for Cal and the crew. In the interview, they went into how the financial success of Jedi Fallen Order essentially greenlit the sequel immediately. With sales numbers far exceeding the original forecast, it was a no-brainer that the second installment was on the cards. And it won't be surprising at all if Survivor posts some crazy numbers upon its release. The only thing that I could think of that may have an impact is the fact that it's releasing on next-gen consoles only. And although PS5s and Xbox Series consoles are way more accessible nowadays than they have been in the past, I'm sure there are still millions of people who would get this game but aren't able to because they don't own the current consoles. It will be interesting to see how this plays out, but of course, being a Star Wars game, it's going to sell extremely well. And when it does, I'm certain a third game will be announced shortly after. In terms of Jedi Survivor, we have also got some news regarding open world exploration, with a focus being on the planet Koboh. This is the same planet we have seen displayed in majority of the gameplays from IGN. They described Koboh as being our home away from home, and the planet having a kind of Metroidvania-like identity, with tons of optional areas to explore which will be locked by our progression. So each time we return to Koboh, there will be new pathways and areas to discover. The design director stated that they wanted to add more optional areas for players to enjoy, and for this to happen, they needed to give out better rewards for exploration, from hidden traversal paths that lead to new customizable options, and even tough battles that reward us with skill points. It seems that the open world aspect of the game has had a drastic improvement from Fallen Order, where all we got for our effort were different poncho styles. On Koboh, there will be a main hub area which is a town called Rambler's Reach. Here we will be able to interact with NPCs and purchase items from different vendors. And of course, like I mentioned earlier, every time we return back here, we should expect something new to become available. This of course will be made easier with fast travel, which is thankfully coming in Jedi Survivor. If you're interested in learning about new features that we should expect, feel free to check out this video, where I go through 10 things you need to know about Jedi Survivor. Thanks for watching, and of course, take care.